Hey, what's going on, Gotcha Gamers? It's your boy Black here, back with another Starseed as Nia Trigger video. So, for today's video, I actually want to go over the new banner that recently came out. Reason being, I pulled on it myself. I had some difficulties, and I also went to the Discord and see that it was other players that was unaware with a certain specific issue about the banner though. So I definitely want to talk to you guys about that today, and let's get right into it. Okay, so for this specific banner, as you could see, we have the new banner for Eridika. She's our new creator unit. So so right here it says that it's 30 attempts guaranteed to get this unit. However, this banner is ran differently from every other banner. So like the previous banner, the Rachel banner, it is not the same. So let me show you guys. If you were to go into the rates, and okay, so go into the rates, you scroll down to right here where it says 2 for a rate up event, creator destroyer. So as you see for the rate, you have a 4% chance of getting an SSR unit, right? But look for right where it says Proxian. So other SSRs, 3.48% chance for a special core. That is the other two units, the dark and other light unit. So that's a 0.12% chance to get them. And then for the eligible unit, which would be Eridika in this case, that would be a 0.40% chance in receiving that unit. So that right there just shows you just the rate, just and how little of a chance you will be able to get her. And also as well, if you read right here, the last 3 bullets to be specific, I would read word for word. If you do not recruit an SSR Proxian in the row within 29 recruit attempts, the 30th attempt will guarantee an SSR Proxian. However, if you recruit an SSR Proxian before the 30th attempt, it will reset the count towards a guaranteed SSR Proxian. And each Proxian drop rate is identical to that of the general rules. Okay, so right there, what that means is when you get to the end of that pity, when you get to that 29th attempt, by the 30th pull, you will get a guaranteed SSR. So I say all this to say that a lot of players are really getting the banner system mixed up with how the normal banner rate up system would be. So just to also give you guys an example, I will show you guys my first 30 pulls. I know I'm a getter, so we're just gonna get her, and then we're gonna take a actual look at her kit, and then I will. Oh, whoa! The first 10 pulley? That's rare. That is real rare. Okay, maybe I should go crazy. Well, let's see if I got debated. Hold on. All right. And oh, yep. That was too good to be true. I'm like, the first temple, that's too good. That is too good. So now our next temple. All right, that's nada. But I'm gonna note that in the Discord. See, I felt like this one right here, that should have been her, just because. Welcome home. Let's see how her drop animation looks. Wait, what? I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm confused. So right there, you saw just lost, those pities, and also to mention, I have went further than that. I have honestly pulled over 100 times, and I only received 1 copy of Eridika. That's how fortunate I was, but I summoned literally at least 130 times. I had well over 25,000 gems. Now, as you see, I have only 3,400. Wasted all of that and had like 30 plus tickets that I already had saved up, thinking that, the regular pity was going to be to 30 and then I'll get her, like the normal way. But doesn't seem that way though. So I just wanted to point that out specifically just because I see a lot of players getting upset with it. They think that the game is bugged. They think that it's a lot going on or whatever, whatnot. So just to tell you guys, you're not crazy, but just read the rules, pretty much. So with that being said, now for this character, should you summon for her? Well, actually, before I actually get into if she's worth pulling, let's actually take a look at her skills and abilities. Okay, so Eradika skills. Now, pretty much obviously she's a ranger unit, but she's a AoE ranger unit though. So her attacks, they kind of do some splash damage to hit other enemies. So just to go over her skills, so for her ultimate ability, as you see, is a big blast that covers a large amount of area, as you see. So as for the description, I'm gonna go to her level 1 just so we can have that, as that would be the more prevalent copy of what everybody would have, because I'm telling you, she's gonna be rare to get to a SSR 1. Like, she's rarely gonna pop out, believe me. But right here, so for her awake version, she deals 540% damage to enemies within the area of effect, and her damage increases depending on the number of enemies on the battlefield. So if it was 1, the damage increases to 100%. So if it's 2, that would be an increase of 70, and then 3, it would be an increase of 30%. Now, if this Proxian is under an executor of the truth effect, crit of this skill increases by 100% though. And then for the Blossom, now as you see right there, is like it's kind of similar to Frasia's ability. It covers a large portion of the field. It's just like a meteor strike, if you will. So right here as reads, it says it deals 35% damage, 30 attacks to random enemies within the area of effect, cast a curse of knowledge effect for 8 seconds on enemies, and it's effective based on like the current A2 level. And there's 20% chance of banishing the enemies, and that takes about 3 seconds. And if there are 2 or more enemies on the battlefield, and and pretty much you get 100 EP charges as well. So that's pretty neat as well. So as you see, as I said, she is an AoE ranger. So you see those attacks, deals a lot of heavy damage, as well covers a large portion of the field. So for her first active skill, that would be Declare Criticism. Now this attack, it actually deals 400 damage to an enemy, and it charges 20 of her energy points when she lands a critical hit. So that's real neat right there. She gets some energy points back. So I do assume, I haven't used her yet, but I would assume that it would be good to pair her up with like a Faritza or an Elena, help assist with that EP charge. So she more than likely be ulting just like at least probably 2 to 3 times, in a match. And for her second skill, be Guardian of Extraction. It deals 540% damage to enemies within the area of effect. It pulls the enemies into the center of the area. Cast a Curse of Knowledge effect for 8 seconds on the enemies. All right, and now for the next would be the Prelude of Transcendence. Now this is her passive skill. It casts the Executor of Truth effect innate on an ally with the highest attack. Now that is big right there though. So she kind of, in a sense, in a way, kind of what Faritza and Elena do. So she kind of has that within her kin, which is pretty interesting because, you only see that like on support kind of units. So it kind of a mix between both in a way. Like you can honestly use this unit as a damage dealer, but then she kind of shows capabilities of being a actual good support that can do damage, if that makes sense. Okay. So with that ability, I honestly would say like team build wise, it would be real good to pair her up with units like a Sia, a Patricia, or a Rachel. From my understanding, those are the units that as of right now in global that provide the most damage. So if you were to pair her with one of those units, I do believe you would get the best out of her, with a team like that as such. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much mainly it. And just to go a little bit further, her other passive skill, it's a numbing noise, however you would pronounce that. Please don't butcher me in the comments. But at the start of the battle, she will cast a banish effect for 4 seconds on an enemy placed in the same row and column as Eridika. And it grants the following effects to an ally under the Executor of Truth effect, innate, based on the number of enemies that's on the battlefield. So if it's 1 enemy, the attack will be increased to, say, 40%. And so if it's 2, 35%. And now if it's 3, 30. And for 4 and beyond, it'll be 25%. So that is another interesting passive skill at all that provides a good support to the damage dealer that you have in your team. So pretty interesting, guys. So with all of that being said, here comes the question: is she worth it? My answer to that question is no. Why? Is because even though that she's a unit that supports and does what she do, her damage seems not to be there. Like, it's not the same in capabilities as of a Patricia. Like, honestly, Patricia does way more damage than Eridika. Guys is better off with just furthering ascending a Patricia instead of trying to go for Eridika on this specific banner. And secondly, as I went over in the beginning of this video, like, the banner for her is it's real difficult to get her. I'm just gonna say it flat out, it's a whale banner. This is not a banner for light spenders like myself, especially not for you guys who are free to play, who do not spend a dime in this game. So I recommend not pulling her. Just wait till she move on to the recruit banner like every other unit, and just, you know, I believe maybe in the future you should be able to add her to the wish list, just like how we did for like Mia and the other unit. But yeah, I do not recommend putting her in this banner, wasting your precious gems. And as I said before, you guys, you see I had 25,000 gems. Now I'm down 34,000. And I only got 1 copy, you know, within luck. So it's not even guaranteed that you're going to get her once you get to those pity points. And pointing it out again, not to backtrack, but right here again, it says XXR proxy guaranteed in 30 attempts, not SXR proxy Eridika guaranteed in 30 attempts. Now that's what it specifically would say on a banner for, like, say Rachel, like Frasier, like the previous banners. It would literally say that it guarantees that specific unit. This just says SSR proxy guaranteed. So that means it's literally out of the pool of all the SSR units. So you're not even guaranteed to even get this specific unit. So that being said, guys, I hope you enjoy the content that I provided today, the information that I provided, to be exact. And leave a like on the video, as it does help the algorithm, you know, for my content. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.